What's going on, Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Kevin here. It is cold outside. Got my boggin right here. It is turned cold outside. Very cold. Excuse me. Um, Tonight, what we want to talk about is the expressions on the Proudfoot's face during the interview, not with Chronicles of Olivia, but the other one. Chris was I thought, very vague in that interview from the start. When he said he was at work in Memphis, like that, and Katie's sitting there rocking back and forth, that's a sign of anxiety. That is, to me, a red flag in and of itself. At that point, she was worried about, are they going to find out the truth of what happened? Well, we haven't found out the truth yet. We will, though. And Katie, if you listen to my video, listen to this right here. What does it feel like every night when you go to bed, knowing that you know what happened to Sebastian? And then how does it feel like when you wake up every morning, knowing that you know what happened to Sebastian? How is it when you wake up during the night, like most people do, average person, then they go back to sleep, and you know what happened to Sebastian? You can't lie, Katie. It's time to speak up. It's time to speak up. This ain't about you. This ain't about Christopher. This ain't about the Bowersogs. This is about Sebastian. And it's about Seth finding his son. Not that I don't think Katie cares. I don't think she cares at all about Sebastian. I don't think that she cares whether Sebastian was alive or dead. That's just what I believe. Do I think that she killed Sebastian? I don't know. I don't know. But what I will say is, I do believe that she holds the key. She knows what happened. Or as it's called. And one of my favorite movies, I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, Someone She Knows. It's the name of the movie. Could this be the same thing? It's possible. Or is it possible that it's inside the home? Is it possible that her and Chris were the two people with the flashlights? Absolutely. I'm not accusing them. I'm not saying whether it was or not. I'm just saying, allegedly, It could be. It could have been anyone. Yes, that includes Chris and Katie. And it could include Sebastian, depending on whether he actually went missing or not. We know that he's missing, but I'm talking about on his own. Katie knows what happened to Sebastian. She knows more than she's telling. Think about it as a parent. If your child goes missing, what are you going to do? How are you going to respond with your emotions? A normal person would respond with just absolute shock, grief, and it would just be days after days after days, nights after nights after nights of no sleep. Look at Seth. The man's eyes have... He don't sleep. It's not that Chris or Katie care. They don't. Narcissists don't care about anybody. They have no empathy. They have a lack of remorse. And they just don't have the ability to feel what you feel. They don't care about how they hurt others or how they hurt others' feelings, both physically and mentally. And that is God's honest truth. Now we can sit here and say that Katie's she's just doing by Sebastian what Chris told her to do in order for her to maintain a relationship or for her to maintain a place to stay or something like that. Bullshit. Let me tell you something. I'm a man. Okay? If a woman or another man or whoever was to come into my house and tell me that I've got to get rid of my child or get rid of them, there's the door. In fact, it's right there. Don't let it hit it where the good Lord split you. That's just the way I see it. But not everybody sees it that way. They just don't. Some women and men are so frail that they would cave into something like this. And you can't be frail and cave into something like this. You just can't. And I don't believe that that's what happened to start with. I'm just saying that other parents can't be frail like this. Can't do it. You have to show them where the boots to the asses is. Put on your man boot. Put on your woman boot. Kick their ass out the door. That's what you do. If they threaten your child. Or you call the police. Common sense. The police wasn't called until after this had happened. It's not that Katie cares. I mean, it's now fixing to be 11 months. In about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, whatever, give or take. It's going to be 11 months. And no Sebastian. That's what sucks. I'm to the point right now that I don't care what happens or what I don't care what the prophets do as long as Sebastian is brought home safe first. After that, they can just take off and move cross country or go to hell, do whatever they want to do. It doesn't matter to me. I could care less about them. But that is after we find Sebastian. Until Sebastian is found, they remain suspect, despite the fact that Chris Proudfoot has said multiple times on multiple occasions that they are not suspects. Also, the Sumner County Sheriff's Department has also said nobody is cleared. Got that, Chris? Not you, not Katie, not Seth, not nobody. Not anybody in that area. They've not been cleared. Everybody is on the table. That's close. That's in the family. That's friends. Somebody from the school. You never know. It's all on the table. I mean, everybody is suspect until proven guilty, even after they've been arrested and charged. They're suspect. Doesn't mean that they're guilty. But I think that the key to finding Sebastian is to get the Proudfoots in. Just find something to charge them with. Get them in an interrogation room. Get the highest, most experienced interrogator in the entire state of Tennessee. Put the cold, hard truth down on them. All they can do, they can tell the truth, or they can say, I want a lawyer. And when they say, I want a lawyer, well, that's a gigantic red flag, if there's ever been one. Some are going to disagree with me. Some are going to agree with me, which is fine. If we all had the same opinion, we wouldn't be, we wouldn't be able to function. That's just it. But don't cripple people because of their opinion and their opinion being different than yours. Like, you know who? Chris Proudfoot. Now this private investigator they got, it's just fake. He's as fake as a $2 bill. I've seen $2 bills, but I mean, it's been 10, 15 years ago. If I seen one now, I'd swear it's fake. Sooner or later, once I get enough subscribers up and stuff, we're going to start doing live. Start doing live streams. And then after we start doing live streams, we can get this channel rolling really good then. But I don't hold back. I don't hold back how I feel about this. I'm not on here trying to stir drama. I'm just on here to spill what I feel, and what I think has happened is Sebastian has been put in a home. Not a home that can be traceable by law, but somewhere where he can be held captive. That's what I believe. That's just me. That's my belief only, and it's allegedly. So I really, really want Sebastian found. I want him put into Seth's hands or CPS, as long as he's found and we know that he's okay. That is all that matters. And Seth knowing he's okay. You know, Seth could, yes, Seth wants him, custody of him. That's true. And he's got, shares custody with him, with Sebastian, with Katie. I know he hates he made that mistake. But obviously, Katie and Chris is well off. Because go on Zillow and you'll see how much the price for that house would be if it was on the market. I'm not going to say how much it would be. You can go check it out yourself, because I don't reveal info. I'm not somebody like Jay for Jay. I don't do stupid shit like that. I just don't. It's not my cup of tea, and it is against the law to do shit like that. The one thing that I noticed that night, they said it was so cold and stuff, but Sebastian was wearing a short sleeve shirt when he was getting in the car. He might have been made to. No one knows. Because with those kind of people, I mean, you know, not Sebastian, but Katie or Chris or whatever, they're mean enough to make you do things like that if you're a child. I know. I experienced it when I was a child. My dad was a narcissist. Still is. I know what it's like to be treated like that. And they know no boundaries. And they want full control. Believe me when I tell you. They're grandiose. They're manipulative. They will con you like you've never been conned before. They will suck your money dry. They will take you for everything, for what you've got and everything. They will ruin your life. They will spew lies about you that are fake. And this is exactly what Chris and Katie is doing, is they're getting up here on camera and they're lying, believing that they're telling the truth. Psychopaths believe that when it comes to a psychopath, there's no, they can tell a lie, taking the lie detector test, and pass it just like as easy as it is to eat macaroni or peanut butter. That's how they can manipulate the system. They can even manipulate the police officers. They can manipulate the investigators. But that technique, it only lasts so long. It can go on for years. It can go on for months. But eventually it breaks down. Just like in Summer Wells' situation. I'm hoping for clarity in that situation. One day, I pray to God, and I also hope that Sebastian is found too. Wouldn't it be lovely if they're found safe on the same day? That would be the best day of our life. Do I think the cases are tied together? No, not really. Because it's like they're like 300 miles apart. So, I mean, I don't think they're tied together. Nothing like that. I'm just saying, in case, someone asks after I post my video. No, I don't think they're tied together. I do not. I believe Candace Wells knows what happened to Sumner, just like I believe Katie knows what happened to Sebastian. However, could Katie have could she have learned something from Candace and then done away with Sebastian, unalived him? It's possible. There's always these monsters out here that will react the same way as if the situation was happening all over again. Yes, there's real monsters out there in this world today. We are just as big a threat to ourselves. And we claim like we're scared of snakes and stuff. I'm fearful of snakes. I don't like them. I can't stand them. Won't have them around me. And if they're around me, if one was to get in my house, they could have my house. That would be up to the police to get rid of, or the fire department, or whatever. But me and snakes, we don't see eye to eye. But did you know that there is more people killing more people than venomous snakes and stuff killing people? And that's the truth. Should we fear for our own lives when it comes to our loved ones? It depends on the situation. It depends on the household. If it's a violent household, whether you're involved as a kid or not, there's hostility in that household, and at any moment you could become the victim. And I do believe that there was hostility between Chris and Katie, and I believe there always will be. There's always hostility when there's two narcissists involved, and poor Sebastian I live with one narcissist. I can't imagine having to live with two. That poor child. Oh my God! That is just scary. But I still believe that somebody took him away from that house, through that back breezeway, whatever you call it, and took him to the car sitting at the intersections of Kellen Drive and Stafford Court. Wish more neighbors would come out with their camera and stuff. I don't know if it would be able to go back that far or not, but probably the technology companies could. Wish they would just turn the tapes over. And that way you can't tell me that there's no camera that didn't pick up the car that Sebastian went missing in. If he went missing from outside that home. However, those cameras would not, and maybe they could. They couldn't until she backed out on the street. They would not be able to pick up on her putting him in the car if she's parked under the garage. Didn't look like it that they did, but I believe that they could have changed it. They could have arranged that and parked in that garage, at least for that night. Katie, that is. But that be the case, then the only way to know if he was in the vehicle at that time would be is if a camera was shining on the actual street view and could zoom in on the inside of the vehicle if the windows ain't tinted. But who knows? Who knows about Katie? She's probably, knowing her, she's probably cleaned the baseboards in that house. She's probably cleaned the ceilings, the walls. She's probably just cleaned everything from head to toe. More than likely. Because they're people with plenty of money and they got money to have people come in there and do it. Though if I was somebody in the area and they called me to come clean their house, nah, I got good business. I'm good. I don't need to go to that such and such address to clean a house. Thank you. That's what I would say. Sebastian will be found, and I believe he's going to be found alive. I know it's been a long time, and it is grueling, but narcissists make it grueling and make it a long, drawn process. That's just what they are good at. They thrive off situations like this. And it's sad. It's sickening. It's disgusting. It's immoral. It's everything that can be wrong. And they got this PI guy that don't even know his ass from a hole in the ground. Just don't. He's got several criminal records held against him. Felonies. He's fake. He might identify himself as, oh, I'm the real big deal. No, you're not. You're just a pumpkin. You're just a liar. That's what you are. Because that's who you are. You always, if you notice the track of the Proudfoots, they align themselves with the people that are around them the most. They are criminals themselves, and that's who they want to align themselves with. And I know everybody's going to say, well, Seth, this, that, and the other. Okay. So? Well, we can pull up this, we can pull up that. Here, I've got the info on this person that supports Seth. I got the info on that person that supports Seth. I helped get Bullhorn Betty drawn from Florida to Tennessee into the courtroom. And we're waiting to have her prosecuted. We can't wait. Woo, 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 woo. You don't even know if that's going to even happen. Bullhorn Betty didn't do nothing wrong to start with. Y'all were liars and manipulative and narcissistic and wanted to be at the center of attention. I think you know who I'm talking about. The Proudfoots, as well as their close, tight-knit little community on these YouTube streets. I used to watch those channels. They were so manipulative that they started to manipulate me into believing them. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You forgot where you come from? These people are lying to you. These people are fake. And so I started listening to Bullhorn Betty, and I started listening to her channel and many other channels, Mr. and Mrs. Z's crime podcast, and the Mob channel, so many other channels that support Seth. And I find truth in that. And that's why this channel is a Seth Rogers and Sebastian Rogers supportive channel, not a Chris and Katie channel. This channel is devoted to finding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And it's devoted to help whoever they find that's got him, if he's whoever he's with, they be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. No matter who it is. Anybody that has this child, please bring him home. Not to Katie, not to Chris, not to the Bowersocks. Bring him to Seth or to the sheriff's department or to CPS. CPS, when it comes to children and stuff, it's Child Protective Services in my state, and I'm not going to say what state I'm from because I know these hate channels. I mean, what state I live in, I know these hate channels. I know them, and I know exactly how they operate. But what I will say is, got a message from Chris and Katie. We will find Sebastian. You can't stop us. And that's pretty much all I have to say in this video, guys. I hope y'all had a good weekend. Keep the prayers going for everybody, Sebastian and Seth, and all Seth's supporters and Seth's friends and Sebastian's friends, and also pray for the ones that are where this major winter storm just hit in Kentucky, and another major blow for Western North Carolina, unfortunately. Pray for Virginia and Missouri and all these people that were affected by this major storm. I heard Kentucky got it really, really, really bad. And there's a lot of power outages up there. Keep those people in your prayers. I know that there's a lot of people up there in that state that have been following this case. And that's why we make videos. So that way when something happens and somebody gets behind because of a natural disaster or something, they can catch up. We make these videos for that. And we make these videos to help find missing children. Me, I can only do one case at a time. That's how my brain can process. You know, so right now until Sebastian is found, I'm only doing this case. And you might hear me mention Summer Wells some, you know, but other than that, I'm focused on finding Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. And Seth, if you see this video, Tony, if you see this video, know that my thoughts and prayers are with you both as well. And your families. Because we got to find Sebastian. We got to get his name and his word and all that stuff out there. That's what we got to do. That's our job. We can do our job. Can the prophets do their job? That's the question. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night, and I will see you either tomorrow night or another night or two from now. So peace out. Y'all take care of yourself and have a good one. Bye.